How's it going, guys? I got a Challenge Cup game for you on account of me being too brain fried by shofu cypher to narrate anything else, and I figured this is pretty low maintenance for today, so why the fuck not? Seriously, if you guys haven't seen it, I'm gonna link that shit in the description. Go watch it. It scares me a little how good it is. Wow. Okay, so this is a game against Moonlight1500 getting into this. Speaking of shofu, I believe one of us gets the move Swagger on the first turn. I'm gonna go ahead and lead off with a Fair Seed. And I think this thing has Swagger. I think it's got Swagger, Hone Claws, and then some other stupid thing. It might have Iron Head, which would have been good against this thing if it wasn't for the fact that Unknown only has Hidden Power. And generally, you'd be able to resist a lot of types. You can resist water, you can resist electric, you can resist anything that's steel, resist that kind of thing. But it turns out that he doesn't hit himself in confusion, and he pulls the one hidden power I was really hoping he wouldn't have, which is Fire, which is stupid, because that means it's a 2-hit KO. I'm not able to Hone Claws like I wanted to, and then just go for the Iron Head at that point. And this Unknown actually gives me a little bit of trouble early game. A for awesome, I suppose. A for alpha, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's working out for him, because he ends up taking me out, and he doesn't hit himself in confusion. Not even once during the duration of the Swagger confusion. I did get a lot of Pokemon I like in this, which I found really unusual, but really cool. Problem is they got shitty sets because it's Challenge Cup. So, he's going to go for the Hidden Power. I switched into Torchic or Darmanitan. I could have done either one just to, check which one it was, and I assumed, if I'm a higher level, then maybe I might be faster, but I'm not. This thing is a little bit faster than I thought it would be, and that's probably the only time you're ever going to hear me say Unknown is fast. But as you can see by the not very effective message popping up on my screen, it turns out that his Hidden Power was in fact Fire. I'm pretty sure I would have taken less on my Fair Seed from the HP fighting. So I'm testing out my moveset. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go for Focus Energy, try to fish for crits, and then I'm going to go for Frustration to see if my Torchic hates me. As you can see, it doesn't really do that much, meaning that it kind of likes me, I guess, or the happiness value is a little bit higher than 0. It's a lot easier, I suppose, to get Return higher up than it is Frustration down. I don't know. I think that value happens to be randomized too, and as you can see, I didn't pull a good draw on that one. But for now, I speed this up because this is just us hidden powering each other. It was a really long, stupid process on the live stream, and I was like, you know what, this is going to be kind of boring in regular time too. As you can see, just firing off hidden powers. I don't get a super effective one like he got. I've got pretty good odds of doing that too, but I'm going to go ahead and switch out to Darmanitan because it's a little bit fresher on health. Maybe I can use Torchic as switch fodder somewhere along the way. And this Darmanitan has some stupid things, but he's got Incinerate, which is kind of funny. And I was like, I'm going to go for this to finish it off, and if you have a berry, I'm going to burn it up. And it turns out he has a Babiri Berry, which I think is for Steel super effective right off the top of my head. That's probably wrong. I feel like I talked about this in the stream, but there's some stupid items on these things, and I keep forgetting to write them down, but I should really do a better job of that. For now, he does go for Rock Tomb after I go for the Will-O-Wisp, so I think he'll be able to outspeed me next turn, and then go for a Rock Tomb, but that's still doing a little bit too much. So I'm going to go to Torchic as switch fodder, depending on what he wants to do. Also accumulate a little bit more burn damage on this turn as well, so it's kind of good that I saved it for when I did. Now this gives me the opportunity to go into my Ghastly, though. This Ghastly also has Mimic, like my Torchic does, and because I'm faster, which kind of surprised me a little bit too, I'm going to be able to mimic the Dragon Breath as he goes for his Bite. I was kind of expecting to take a Rock Tomb, but that Bite does so much even when he's burned. Holy fuck, Ghastly is fragile as hell. But the good thing is because he's, well, not because he's fragile, he's got to have a good stat if he's got a bad stat. Good stat being the Spec Attack, more than enough to take him out with a super effective Dragon Breath, and we're looking pretty hot. So I think the only move I really have to hit this Ponyta with is said Dragon Breath, so I figure I might as well do that. And he's going to use me as setup fodder because Ghastly is so fragile. He can take me out with Flame Charge and boost his own speed, and all of a sudden I'm not really in a good spot. I want to go into Darmanitan to take it on, but I don't think I have any moves to touch it. We saw Incinerate. I'm pretty sure I have Flame Charge on this thing too, and then I got Will-O-Wisp, and I might have one other move. I have Solar Beam, that's what it is. And that's really stupid, because I didn't know what he had. I was like, you know what? He might end up switching out, and then maybe that works out, but Solar Beam is just really stupid. So, heals for Thrash. In case you're unfamiliar with Thrash, kind of works like Outrage, except it's normal. So, he's going to go ahead and get confused on that portion as I switch into my Ludicolo. This thing is a little bit more physical moves as opposed to special moves. So he's going to go ahead... Actually, no. That has nothing to do with that. He's going to go for the Flame Charge after not hitting himself in confusion. Outspeed a little bit more. Pretty sure I got Drain Punch on this thing, so I get to punch him, get a little bit of HP back, and as you can see, it's really not doing the job. I got Drain Punch, Ice Punch, and I believe 2 other moves. I was kind of hoping that that would do a little bit more, but he hurts himself a lot in Confusion, and I believe this Drain Punch is actually going to be able to take him out. So, you know, Confusion working out in my favor finally after the Unknown didn't end up hitting itself. So he's going to go into Exeggutor right now. This part of the game, I remember, was fucking hilarious in the stream. So I'm going to go for the Ice Punch. First off, get the freeze. And he's going to end up thawing, and I'm just like, hey, that's not fucking cool. So he goes for Light Screen just because, you know, buffering up his team and whatnot. Why not? You know, maybe I do have a special move, that kind of thing. I'm going to go for another Ice Punch, and I pull a second freeze, guys. And you know what? He stays frozen on this one. My Ludicolo was not fucking going to take his sass. You know what? If I freeze you once, you're going to stay frozen. So just going for some more Ice Punches. It would have been really funny if I got a crit right there to finish him off, but he stays frozen, and we're just good to go. So, Ice Duck took out, you know, Exeggutor with some unfortunate freezes. I don't know what else this thing had. I don't know if it could have taken me on, but I'll take it. So, Darkrai comes in. I do have Drain Punch, so I'm not too worried about it, but he's going to go for the Nasty Plot. I guess suspecting that he should be able to take any one of my hits. And he's right, you know, I don't really stand a chance against it, but the fact that he has Nasty Plot is a little concerning, because I don't know what kind of Dark-type moves he has. I don't know if he has Hypnosis, if he has Dark Void, if he does have Dark Pulse, like I'm hoping he won't. But his Light Screen wears off, and he's just going to hit me with the Psychic, because I suppose that's the best thing he can hit me with. And it still doesn't really do too much, probably owing to the fact that it doesn't have a lot of special EVs, that kind of thing. You know, those are all randomized. You know, natures are randomized too. So as threatening as it seems, it doesn't do as much as I thought it would. And that's pretty cool. And for now, he's going to go for the Hidden Power. I don't know what it is. He doesn't know what it is. Pokemon Online does tell you what it is, so it's even more of a crapshoot. Wi-Fi, it's a really risky play to go for it. Turns out it's a neutral one. I'm still going to be able to get some HP back. But I'm pretty sure at this point, I wasn't paying attention to how much Psychic was doing, but maybe he can take me out. I don't know. He's got Leftovers too, and that's a little bit annoying. That's probably one of the better items. Oh, he takes me out with a crit. That's what I remember. So I don't have a whole hell of a lot for this thing. I do have, let's see, Ghastly died. I have a Kangaskhan. How fucking cool is that? Challenge Cup actually liked me for once, I believe, just because that night, or maybe on a separate night, I was playing against Heather, and I made fun of her having all pokes weak to stealth. Her actually got a shit ton of fire types and flying types, and I ended up with like 5 weak to fire, and that really wasn't cool. But for now, it is actually going to be a Shelgon against a Kangaskhan. What he doesn't know at this point is he locks himself in on Iron Defense. Now, note my use of the word lock. He's choice banded, so he's kind of fucking stuck here. But I think I'm gonna speed it up a little bit after he stops being able to Iron Defense. Please tell me I sped this up a little bit somewhere. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. So I'm going to go for a couple of workups because that's what I have. I got Workup, Body Slam, Crush Claw, and one other move, but I'm getting some workups. I don't know. He can't really do anything. And then it turns out Crush Claw does have a chance to lower the defense, but he's just going to boost it back up. And I just get a Body Slam off and then finish the game off with the Crush Claw because Crush Claw looks kind of cool. So that's the game. It's an interesting one, I suppose. Double freezes and whatnot. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, you're welcome to leave a like, rating, comment, subscribe, do your thing. Still got some things I'm working on. You know, I'm probably not even going to get done by the weekend with all this shit. And next week it's just going to be busy as fuck too. But at least I was able to get this out of the way. And that should do it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow.